object contains fields for description, units on hand, and price. Our goal is to write a program that contains an array of retail item objects. The statement, retail item square brackets items equals new retail item 5 in square brackets, creates an array named items that will reference 5 retail item objects. In this example, you see here items contains the address that points to an array of 5 objects. Initially, the addresses are default to null. So when you create an array of integers, it defaults to 0. For objects, it defaults to null. For each element in the array, we need to instantiate a new retail item object. Item square bracket 0 equals new retail item gives you create space for a new retail item. And it calls the default constructor, which initializes the description to empty string 0 for units on hand, and price is set to 0. Okay, so that's the first part, instantiating a new object. Now, next we need to store data in the object. We can call the set method. Set description pencil sets the data there. Item 0.set units on hand sets the units on hand, and then item 0.set price is used to set the price. The address of this object is stored in the array here. Notice that the rest of those are set to null. So you need to, for each element in turn in the array, you need to instantiate a new retail item and also store the data. Now the retail item class actually contains 2 different constructors. In the previous example, we used the default constructor, the no argument constructor. But we see there's also another constructor that's available that accepts 3 parameters. So in this example, we say item 0 equals new retail item and pass pencil 10 and 5.0. We're doing both of them, instantiate a new object and initializing the data in one statement. So this is an alternative for you too. Overall, you're required to read data from the keyboard and store it in all 5 different objects of the array. You should use a for loop to process all the elements in the array. After all data has been stored, calculate the total inventory. I want you to use a separate for loop from entering data to actually doing the calculation and displaying the totals. So there should at least be 2 for loops in your program. Okay. Your program should demonstrate your ability to call the retail item methods for the objects in the array. So we have our constructors, we have our accessor methods, and then below that we have our mutator or our set methods. Hopefully this will help you create your program that demonstrates creating an array of retail item objects.